Before you close that door forever, just wait. Before you send that final text or decide it's a lost cause, I want you to listen closely. Most men walk away from a relationship far too early. They misinterpret the signs. They see a battle as being over when the real conflict hasn't even begun. She's becoming distant. The replies are slower, the energy has shifted, and the warmth you were used to feels like it's miles away. Your immediate instinct, the one screaming in your head, is that it's over. But what if I told you that this very moment of confusion and pain is actually your greatest point of leverage? What if, instead of admitting defeat, you could rebalance the entire dynamic in your favor, without the desperate chasing, the pleading, or the loss of your own dignity? Most men will never grasp this. They react from a place of fear and emotion, and in doing so, they push her further away, confirming her decision to retreat. So before you make a move you'll regret, watch this. Because the perspective I'm about to share will put you in a position of quiet strength that most men will never experience. Let's begin. It's crucial to first understand what's happening beneath the surface when a woman creates distance. Men often panic, jumping to conclusions like, she's found someone else, or she just doesn't love me anymore. But it's rarely that simple. A woman's attraction doesn't just switch off like a light, it fades slowly, often for reasons that aren't immediately obvious. Think back to the beginning. There was an element of the unknown, a challenge, an excitement. Now, the dynamic has likely become comfortable, predictable. She knows how you'll react, what you'll say. The thrill of discovery has settled. Beyond that, she might be subconsciously testing your emotional foundation. Life is unpredictable, and a woman is instinctively drawn to a man who is a rock, not a leaf tossed about by the winds of her changing moods. Does her distance make you crumble? Do you become anxious and reactive, or do you remain centered? Finally, and this is the most important part, she needs space for her own feelings to breathe. Attraction grows in absence. It's the tension created by distance that allows emotions to build. When you are a constant presence, always available, always reassuring, you inadvertently remove the space she needs to actually miss you. This is the fundamental mistake most men make. When she pulls back, their fear kicks in and they push forward. More texts, more calls, more what's wrong conversations. And every push suffocates the very spark they're trying to save. When your attention becomes an unlimited, free resource, its perceived value drops to zero. What you may not realize is that this entire process is a silent evaluation. It's an unspoken test you didn't even know you were taking. She isn't always consciously planning it, but her deeper instincts are observing your every move. She's wondering, is his confidence real, or was it just a performance? Can he stand on his own 2 feet without my constant validation? Is he truly a man with his own purpose, or was I his entire world? Most men fail this test spectacularly and immediately. She takes an hour to reply, they text again within minutes. She seems distant, they flood her with questions about her feelings. She cancels a date, they rush to propose 3 new ones. Each of these reactions is a signal of neediness. It tells her that she holds all the power and the dynamic. But the man who understands this game, the man who stands out, does the opposite. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't demand answers. He doesn't chase. He simply holds his ground, and by doing nothing, he does everything right. It's in that moment of his unexpected composure that she begins to feel a powerful, unsettling emotion, the fear of losing him. This leads us to the power of controlled absence. Here's a core truth of human connection that many people miss. We don't fall in love with presence, we fall in love with the fear of absence. The less of yourself you give away unconditionally, the more she treasures what she receives. Consider anything of value in this world. It's valuable because it is scarce. When something is perpetually available, you eventually take it for granted. But the moment it's gone, you begin to crave it. This is why intentionally pulling back when she does is the most potent move you can make. It's a strategic retreat. Instead of being the first to send a morning text, you wait. Instead of watching all her social media stories, you disengage. Instead of rearranging your life to fit her schedule, You prioritize your own mission. When you stop being so predictable, so easily accessible, so emotionally reactive, the entire landscape changes. She starts to feel your absence. And that absence creates a vacuum. She starts asking herself questions. Why isn't he chasing me? Did I miscalculate? Is he talking to someone else? The moment you stop being a constant in her life is the moment she starts wanting you back in it. Instead of chasing, you must recalibrate. Most men think the solution is a grand gesture or a deep conversation where they explain how much they care. But you cannot logically negotiate desire. Attraction doesn't respond to reasoning. So instead of trying to win her back with words, you must do it with your actions, or rather, your inaction. Mirror her investment. If her energy is low, don't compensate by raising yours. Pull back and become neutral. If she does reach out, respond, but don't pour all your energy into the conversation. Keep it light and brief. The goal is to shift your focus entirely away from her and back onto yourself. Go to the gym. Advance in your career. Spend time with friends who lift you up. Become so engrossed in your own life and your own purpose that her validation is no longer the center of your universe. This isn't just a strategy. It is a fundamental mindset shift. You are not acting busy. You are genuinely becoming a man whose time and attention are valuable and must be earned. Eventually, if you hold this frame, she will likely reach out. This is the most critical moment, and it's where most men, even those who did everything right up to this point, stumble. She might send a simple "hey," and they see it as a victory, immediately reverting to their old, eager selves. This is a massive mistake. When she reappears, you must remain composed. Do not act as if her message is the highlight of your week. Remember, she was the one who created the distance, so she is the one who needs to put in the effort to close it. You must control the pace of the re-engagement. Don't fall back into the old patterns of long conversations and immediate availability. Let her feel that things are different now. Let her feel that your attention is something she has to work for again. When you do this, her respect for you will skyrocket because you've proven that you are not a man who can be taken for granted. But what if she never comes back? This is the fear that drives most men to chase in the first place. But here is the empowering truth you must embrace. If she pulls away and never returns, she has done you a favor. She has saved you from investing more of your time, energy, and heart into someone who was not right for you. You do not want a woman who only stays when you are actively pursuing her. You want a woman who chooses to be with you because she recognizes your value, even and especially when you are not seeking her approval. The ultimate shift in your mindset is this. You must stop seeing her as the prize to be won. You are the prize. Your goal is not to win a woman over by chasing her. It is to build yourself into the kind of man who never has to chase. A man with unwavering standards, who values his own time, and who makes it clear that his energy is a gift. That is when the game truly changes. You gain control not through manipulation or mind games, but through unshakable self-respect. And that is the quality that separates the men who get left behind from the men who become unforgettable. When your silence becomes her obsession, a profound shift occurs. There is a point where your absence is no longer just a curiosity. It's a heavy emotional weight. At first, she might have dismissed it. She assumed you would crack, that you'd eventually send that predictable "I miss you" text. But days turn into weeks, and your silence is deafening. The certainty she felt begins to crumble. She finds herself checking her phone, a little knot of anxiety in her stomach. She scrolls through your old conversations, searching for clues she might have missed. The more time that passes, the more she questions her own actions. Did I go too far? Did I underestimate him? Is it possible that he has actually moved on? This isn't just about her missing your presence. It's about a loss of control. She is realizing that the power she thought she held over your emotions was an illusion, and that realization is deeply unsettling. You have become a mystery, and the human mind cannot rest until it solves a mystery. This is the point where she might try to fill the void you left. She may start conversations with other men, seeking the validation you're no longer providing. She might become more active online, posting stories and pictures, hoping for a reaction from you. But it won't feel the same. Because with every new interaction, she will be subconsciously comparing it to what she had with you. And because you've become an unanswered question in her mind, no one else will measure up. You've become the ghost in the room. Her ego will fight a war with her heart. The emotional side of her feels the regret and the longing, but her ego hates the idea of losing. It will resist admitting fault. So instead of reaching out with sincerity, she may play games. A random, meaningless text. A reply to an old social media post. These are not genuine attempts at connection. They are tests. She is dipping her toe in the water to see if it's still warm. She wants to know, are you still there? Do I still have you? If you respond with too much eagerness, you give her the validation she craves, and she will retreat once more, secure in the knowledge that she can have you whenever she wants. The thing that finally breaks her ego is detachment. True, genuine detachment. It's the moment she realizes that you weren't playing a game. You were revealing your character. You were not someone who would wait around forever. You were not a backup plan. And the most painful part for her is that she realizes it far too late. Because by now, you are different. You've grown. You've become the man who no longer needs her approval to feel whole. And in that moment, she finally understands the lesson you learned long ago. The real prize was never her affection, but your own self-respect and your ability to walk away. She is no longer in control. You are. And she is the one left wondering if she will ever get another chance. So if she lets you down, do not beg. Do not chase. Simply level up. Focus on your mission, keep building your empire, and let your silence do the talking. Let your success be your response.